Hey Frank, what's the biggest difference you've noticed between how Golden State's been playing in May with just the one loss and Steph attempting this insane and making this insane number of threes compared to what you saw in your own regular season matchups a bit earlier?
Yeah, I just think Steph's been ultra assertive, and obviously, they've evolved, and I think the role players are playing a lot better. Poole's playing better, Wiggins is playing better, um, Looney and Draymond playing real well, either together or separately, and but I think the biggest difference is just the assertiveness level that Steph's been playing with.
And then Frank, just wondering how LeBron came through the back-to-back of the weekend, how the ankle's feeling and your expectation for Wednesday.
Yeah, I had some minor soreness, but he's good to go. Was a full participant in practice today, and it's good to go.
Uh, Hey Frank, just with the uniqueness of this one game that you have against the Warriors, is there any deference to play guys who have been in the playoffs or who have more experience, or is that not really factoring into rotation right now?
Yeah, we factor in everything, when we're choosing which guys we're gonna have out there, and this is no different. So yeah, we factor all that in.
Ben?
Hey Frank, do you coach this game like a game seven in terms of minutes, rotation sizes, and stuff like that? I mean, this is obviously you've never done it before. No one's done it before.
Yeah, simplest way to put it is we're coaching to win. Whatever we need to do to win this game, that's what we're gonna do.
If
Eddie was talking to us about how we should know by now that he's comfortable playing center, and we saw him do that a bunch of the playoffs last year. What type of challenge is Draymond Green as a defender for whatever guys who play at center?
Yeah, I mean, it presents a challenge. Obviously, he's one of the best at it, best to ever do it, quite frankly, in terms of playing a small ball center role. And obviously, we spent a lot of time looking at that with our group today, and we're prepared to play him with bigs or with 80 at the 5.
Bill?
Hey Frank, you've talked a lot over the last couple of years about the importance of swagger with this team, and I wonder, after kind of all you've been through this year and obviously taking some blows over the last month, where are you guys at on the making it up, the swag meter, entering kind of your postseason journey and kind of the confidence and everything that you guys need to sort of be, yourselves entering the play?
Yeah, I think we have a great deal of confidence in what we're able to accomplish right now. Obviously, it was a little bit uneasy and unknown over the last few weeks, right? Where is our health going to be? What are we going to look like when all the pieces come back together? I think this last weekend, seeing all those guys out there together, while not perfect, was a good snapshot of what we can be. And there's a lot of positives to take away from those two games. And I like where we're at from a health standpoint. So, I would say our guys are, confident, but, obviously have a great deal of respect for our opponent, and we're going to have to play great to beat them.
Last two, Jovan?
Hey Frank, two-part question. One, last postseason, you guys had a lot of success against Dame and James Harden defending the pick and roll. Do you feel like any of those strategies and tactics can apply to Steph? And then as the second part of that, historically, Steph has kind of forced teams to take their centers off the court with his ability to attack guys in the pick and roll. How confident are you in your center's ability to be able to hang with him in your pick and roll coverages?
Yeah, very confident in what we would ask our centers to do. Obviously, we wouldn't guard him in isolation situations with our fives, the way the teams have done in the past. But I'm confident in all three of our centers' ability to be out there and be successful against this team. And the first part of your question was, Dame and James last year. Both of those schemes were very different from each other and would be different than what we're planning for this game. Every player is different. Every team's is different in how they use their stars, and things will be slightly different. But we're confident as a group in what we can put together from a defensive game plan standpoint.
Last one, Rachel?
Hey Frank, I just curious what the process is like for you when you either sit down by yourself or with some of the assistant coaches to like actually sit down and start to draw up the defensive game plan against Steph. I know you've done it many times before, but to sit down and do it for this game, what are the conversations you guys have with each other? What's that like?
Yeah, I mean, it's it's really not all that different from, playing a 73rd game in the regular season. Obviously you can dive a little bit more, I should say a lot more in detail of all the different counters that we could endure and we could face. But it starts with the coach who has that scout, and myself, doing all the prep work separately and then comparing notes in front of our coaching staff, and having everybody else dive into all the the different levels and different details of the game plan on both sides of the ball. And we had a long meeting yesterday and a off day for our players. Put most of the game plan in, fine-tuned it a lot this morning, implemented it at practice today, and then we'll have a final touches team meeting and walkthrough tomorrow morning, and hopefully be good to go.